In recent years, Russia has been reshaping its education system, steering it from traditional patriotic education towards a more militarized form of indoctrination. This transformation permeates various facets of Russian society, including schools, youth organizations, and legislative frameworks. This video delves into how the Russian state utilizes education to cultivate a generation primed for military engagement. Since 2001, the Russian government has been implementing a single version of history, emphasizing military glory and heroism. In 2020, a constitutional amendment was introduced, prohibiting the belittling of the feat of the defenders of the fatherland, thereby restricting critical analysis of historical events. President Vladimir Putin has underscored the significance of education in fostering patriotism, stating, "They say that wars are won not by soldiers, but by teachers and priests." That's correct. Educating people in the spirit of patriotism is crucial, and we are already doing this. This highlights the state's intent to use education as a tool for instilling its specific ideological narrative. In 2022, Russian schools introduced compulsory weekly sessions titled Conversations About Important Things. These sessions, held every Monday after the flag-raising ceremony, cover topics related to national identity, patriotism, and current global events from the government's perspective. Although officially labeled as extracurricular, these sessions are effectively mandatory. Non-participation can lead to repercussions for both students and educators, reinforcing the state's ideological stance within the educational environment. The Unarmia, Young Army, is a youth organization established with the support of the Russian Ministry of Defense. It boasts over 1.4 million members aged between 8 and 18. Participants undergo military training, study history, and engage in patriotic events, aligning closely with the state's militaristic objectives. Other organizations, such as Volunteers of Victory and Young Guard, also contribute to embedding military values and nationalistic sentiments among Russia's youth, further entrenching the state's influence over young minds. Russian educational materials, particularly history textbooks, have been revised to emphasize military victories and heroism. Since 2013, there has been a concerted effort to promote a unified historical narrative that justifies contemporary military actions, including the annexation of Crimea. The 2020 constitutional amendment further restricts critical discourse by outlawing any actions that belittle the feat of the defenders of the fatherland, thereby limiting diverse perspectives on historical events. The Russian state is fostering a fortress under siege mentality among its citizens, particularly its youth. This narrative portrays the West as a constant threat, necessitating vigilance and readiness for conflict. Through education and youth programs, the government instills the belief that patriotism equates to a willingness to sacrifice for the nation, normalizing the concept of perpetual warfare and justifying aggressive foreign policies. Russia's educational reforms signify a strategic shift towards militarizing society by indoctrinating the youth with a state-sanctioned narrative that glorifies military prowess and suppresses critical thought. This approach not only shapes domestic perceptions, but also has profound implications for international relations, as it prepares a generation to support and engage in the state's militaristic endeavors.